Hey friend, if you are in the music production space, you have probably heard the term sidechain compression. It's a really cool and useful technique when it comes to making music. And in this video, I want to show you two different ways in which you can use sidechain compression and also exactly how to set it up using studioone. Let's jump in. Okay, so what exactly is sidechain compression? Basically, it's where you have two different tracks that are linked together and you have it set in such a way using a compressor where one track lowers in response to when the other track plays. So the classic example of this is in like electronic music where you have a kick drum and a bass synth linked together, and whenever the kick drum plays, the bass synth is lowering, so it gives it more emphasis on the kick drum. And then based on the parameters, you can really have it so it's a dramatic effect, sort of creating this pulsing effect, or you can have it more subtle. But either way, it's a really cool technique. And now I want to show you how to do it using both vocals in a podcasting situation and also the classic example using the kick and the bass. This is how you set up sidechain compression. First, we're going to listen to it. This is kind of an example you would use in like a podcast situation where you have a background music track up here in pink, and then the yellow track is the vocals. So this is a voiceover where you're trying to lower the volume of the music track whenever the vocal track is being played. So let's just listen to it and listen to how that works. Hey. Thank you for checking my video out on Sidechain Compression. My name is Eric Miller, and I help home studio owners write, record, and produce amazing music. So I apologize for the cornball example there, but did you hear how the music lowered whenever the vocals came on? So this is how you set that up. So I put the compressor on the track that you want to lower. So in this case, I put it on the background music track, okay? And over here is the settings that I use. So this is quite a dramatic example. But first I want to show you what you have to do on the compressor in studioone is actually click the little button here that says sidechain. And then from there, you can click the button next to it, and you're going to link the track that you want to have connected to that. So I'm going to link the send to my vocal track right here. And then now these two tracks are being sidechained or compressed at the same time and linked together. And then down here is where you set the parameters. So for this case, I have the threshold turned down quite a bit because I want to have that music being turned down quite a bit when I start talking, and then the ratio is almost flat, pretty drastic. The attack is set to quite fast, and then the release actually is set to long because in this kind of case you want to have the music kind of gradually come back in as you, for example, finish talking. This is kind of the situation. If I raise the threshold a little bit, listen to how the music now is going to be a little bit louder when I talk. Hey. Thank you for checking my video out on Sidechain Compression. I'll even raise it more. My name is Eric Miller, and I help home studio owners write, record, and so you can hear in that example when I turn the threshold up, the music got a little bit louder while I was speaking. The second example I have here is more of a traditional one where you have the kick drum and the bass guitar being sidechained together. So in this example, I want to have the compressor being put onto the bass guitar so that whenever the kick drum plays, the bass is going to be lowered. And this is traditionally used in EDM music, but in this example, it's kind of like a blues shuffle. It's the closest thing I could come up with since I don't produce EDM music, but you can still hear it. And I have the threshold turned down quite a bit so you can really hear it. So I have the two instruments soloed out. Let's give that a listen. And you can see how that's being reduced by that meter right there. Let's listen to it without the sidechain compression soloed out. So you can hear how the bass is much louder now, and then turning it back on. Now the kick drum is being brought back into play. And again, you could raise the threshold if you want to have that to be like less of a obvious effect. But it does give a little bit more punch to the kick when we do that. Let's listen to that now if we unsolo that and just hear the whole thing in context. It's kind of cool, but I probably still wouldn't use that in this context. It's more of like an electronic sound, not more like rock and roll blues, but you still get the idea here. So this is how you use sidechain compression. Really cool technique. Hey, if you have any questions, leave a comment in this video. Also, I do want to let you know I offer music production coaching. If this is something you are interested in, whether it be mixing music, mastering music, or even songwriting. So just click the link in the description below and connect with me there, and we can see if it's a good fit. And I will see you on the next video. Take care.